Hello, everyone, and welcome to another filmmaker interview for the 23rd annual, that's right, 23 annual Garden State Film Festival. From March 27th through March 30th, you can enjoy over 200 incredible films as well as the film centered events. These films are from 14 different countries and they will be screened across 9 different venues all throughout Asbury Park and Cranford, New Jersey. I am your host, Paige Ryans, and today I am joined by Alex De La Rosa and Alex's short film, White Noise. Alex, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, and this is the first interview, so it's a little nerve wracking, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel good. I feel good.
Don't worry. Yeah, it's good. And listen, it's your time to shine. We're here to talk about your incredible short film, and so it's all about you. No pressure though. That I know that probably sounded even more nerve wracking, but um. So yeah, let's just dive right in and just talk. We'll start with you and your introduction and just kind of your role with the film.
All right, so I'm the director, the writer, the cinematographer, editor, and lead actor of the film. Uh,
Jack of all
yeah,
trades.
yeah,
Awesome. Awesome. So you wore many hats for sure.
yeah, for sure.
Lots of hats. Lots of hats. Great. Well, tell us a little bit about white noise.
All right, so White Noise, in the most simplest terms, it's a silent film that I made, and it's about a a boy who gets terrorized by a white screen. That is pretty much the most basic way of explaining it. But there's a lot more to the film.
Yeah,
Sure.
for sure. What was your inspiration to writing it?
So White Noise was the second part of a trilogy of films that I made. And like each film got progressively more and more experimental and
Yeah.
and more crazy. But for this specific film, I took a lot of inspiration from like David Lynch movies, like
Mhm.
like very weird, surreal kind of films. It's like
Yeah.
David Lynch. There's one director that I forgot, some French guy who directed the Discreet Charm of the Bourgeoisie, like that kind of surreal feel. But then I also took inspiration from at least I tried to of like Stanley Kubrick movies, but also
Mhm.
like just weird images that I found online or just in books or whatever, and I tried to put that in film screen.
Yeah. Yeah. It kind of sparked your interest to want to include
Yeah,
like different
yeah,
elements of that. Cool.
yeah,
Cool. And talk about, well, actually I'll start with this. Talk a little bit about like the filmmaking process for you because you said you were the writer and you also starred in it. So how did that look like for you, that process?
yeah. So originally it was supposed to be a group project for my film class.
Mhm.
But as it turned out, most of my group had to do things outside the control.
Mhm.
So my film teacher decided that to really challenge myself in the making a film by myself. And I thought about the idea, and like I took all those inspirations I talked about already, and I wrote them down. And then the trickiest part was it was a one-man shoot. I was doing all the things by myself. So I was hauling the cameras around, the
Mhm.
lights. um but I think I did make it work pretty well.
Absolutely. You did a great job too. And especially with the editing, you wouldn't even be able to tell that it was just a one man a one man job, which is great, which is really, really great. So um talk a little bit as much as you want to share about your approach to because it's a silent film so we don't hear any dialogue. Was there a specific approach that you had going into it? Was there like a meaning behind the night no dialogue? Like tell us about a little bit that about like your approach to that.
Yeah. I've been told that I've been writing too much in most of my projects. Like my last project before White Noise was a film about writing the film that we're watching, which is about the film that we were watching. It got complicated and convoluted. It's great. It's a great movie. It's just it got complicated. So I really wanted to step back and just really focus on what filmmaking is about, which is just pictures and sound. That's all film is, and I really want to step back and just try and understand where film came from,
Mhm.
and like where I find my love for it.
For sure, for sure. And you mentioned like the additional concept that you said got cut. Are you still working on that? Because personally, I think that sounds like a great concept that you know, you said it was a film about a film and another film and about
Yeah,
a film
yeah. That was the first part of
of
the
the series.
trilogy. Yeah, the series.
Oh, okay,
This is the
okay,
second part,
cool.
and I actually just got done with the third part just recently.
Nice. Good
Yeah,
for you. Good for
yeah.
you.
Thank you.
I think it's a great approach, especially you said it, like focusing on just like the filmmaking and the picture and like that's what it is. And it's also like left up to the audience interpretation of it too. So I think that's a cool perspective from that. What is there was there any part of the process that you found challenging?
Yeah, yeah. I think at first I didn't even know I was making a trilogy, because all three of those movies were in one super movie that I was trying to make, but I realized it was a little too ambitious. So I decided to break it up, and like as I was like trying to, because most of my movies, like White Noise, was
Mhm,
a result of that one super movie, but then also like three other ideas I had. And so
mhm,
like I pretty much take the best parts of all that I think of, and it creates a project. And although it's great, because I think I'm really proud of the movies that I've made,
yeah.
it does really bottleneck me down to the point where like I had to pick like these specific moments, these specific parts, to create the best movie in my opinion. But
Mhm.
those ideas could have been great movies, but I don't think of the could have. I just think of the of what exactly is happening now, the present.
There you go. Listen, I'm telling you, it's been a great day for me for these quotes. I'm gonna have a list of just great quotes from all of these awesome filmmakers because it's just amazing, truly. Um, was there anything that you learned through this process, through this filmmaking process, whether about your style, whether about your next project, that's something you want to kind of work on, incorporating something you want to experiment with next?
Yeah. White Noise was like the first step towards like my kind of style of films, that when I show an idea, or like a quick snippet, the people know, and like my friends and my classmates know, like that's my work. Like that's clearly Alex's project.
Yeah,
And White Noise was really like the first step towards that. And it that movie does hold a special place in my heart, because it truly was, yeah, that the first time where I figured out who like what my style was.
yeah.
Of course I did try and take elements from all sorts of places, and all corners of creativity and all that, but I think I did manage to make something that was not more than a sum of its parts, but different from each different part.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's how cool is that to like have your niche of like knowing your style. Like when people see that, and that's like, yeah, that's Alex's film. So that's I think it's great. That you were able to just kind of like have that and really take it and experiment and have fun with it really and just incorporate that into like your next projects and everything like that. Um, was there is there any like advice that you have for just like other filmmakers that are looking forward to experimenting, stepping outside of their comfort zone, and just anything along the lines of just of keeping up with that?
Yeah, of course. So like I'm still young. I'm still in high school. And I tell this to the all the people that I know, is just to make, like don't overthink it, like, because I fell in that same trap, and I don't want other people to fall in that same trap. And I understand that I am young, but I think I know what I'm saying when I say that we just have to stop thinking for a little bit and just
Mhm.
make. What the first thing that pops in my mind, think, make. If I see like a beautiful picture there, I grab my phone or like a camera if I have it on me, and just take a picture of that.
Mhm, mhm.
And yeah, that's what I hopefully can impart to other people.
Absolutely. I think that's great advice. Just don't be afraid to just take inspiration and just do. I think a lot
Yep.
of times we get in our own minds of just about like should we, but just kind of just going for it and just because it can't hurt. It
Yeah,
can't hurt. And you make awesome short films like White Noise, so it works out. So
yeah, for sure.
yeah. Um, so how does it feel to be accepted to the Garden State Film Festival? And talk a little bit about was it something that you kind of like applied to? It was a part of like an assignment to apply to the festivals, or how did you kind of come across the Garden State Film Festival?
So my school has a couple of people who like won awards from Garden State Film Festival or got selected, and I it wasn't a requirement, but I wanted to get my name out there. I wanted
Sure.
to show up my films, to show it off,
Hmm.
and the Garden State Film Festival was like one of the first places that I found. And, it ranked so high in like not even state lists, but like national lists too.
Hmm.
Um, and I just thought, well, it's not too far. It's as Asbury, and like it's in state, so it's not that bad. And so I decided to go for it. And this was the last thing I expected, was to actually be here right now, being interviewed because my film got selected. That was the last thing that I expected.
Well, that's
But I'm glad it happened. I'm glad.
absolutely. We're glad that it happened too, and we're excited to have your film and have it shown during the festival. Is this your first time with like Garden State Film Festival,
Yeah,
like attending
yeah,
or anything? Okay, great. Well, you're in for a great experience. Make sure you got to go to the other festival events as well to get the full experience.
yeah, of course, yeah, of course.
Yes, yes. Well, that's awesome. So, will you be joining us in person for the festival this year?
Oh yeah, for sure,
Okay,
for sure.
all right. Just
I'll definitely be there.
awesome, awesome. We just got to make sure we'll see you in person. So again, you can check out Alex's film White Noise. It'll be screening on Sunday, March 30th, at the Asbury Lanes, block number 8, between 9:30 a.m. and 11:45 a.m. And again, Alex, I mean, thank you for just being a part of the festival. Thank you for just submitting, and thank you for your words and just being here. Um, 23rd Annual Garden State Film Festival. It'll be from March 27th through March 30th. You can get your tickets at gsff.org/tickets. And yeah, thanks again, Alex, for being here. And we're looking forward to seeing you in person and seeing your film at the festival.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. You're so welcome. So I'll see you then. Okay.
Yep, same to
All
you.
right. Take care.
Take care.